Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Dark Souls 2.
I got some nuts.
Yep, he's having a bag of mixed nuts, so if you hear loud munching sounds and crinkling bags, that's exactly what it is.
Because I'm fatty.
So, do you want to know what the original MMO is?
Oh, you did look it up?
I did.
What is it?
So, according to most scholars...
Most scholars, and by that you mean Wikipedia.
By that I mean Wikipedia. Ultima Online is actually considered the original MMO.
Interesting.
At least in its most well-known form.
Huh.
That released in 1996. 3 years later, EverQuest came out.
I was 3 years old.
How
in 1996.
crazy is
Holy
that?
Shit.
6, 5, 4... Wait, how old are you?
I was born in 93, so I'm 24.
Okay. See, I was 92. So, 6, 5, 4... I was 4.
I didn't even know what the internet was at that time.
Yeah, I remember growing up being like... The internet wasn't really a big thing.
Light your torch.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I remember growing up being like, the internet is just something that's used when you needed to, I don't know...
Find information.
Find very basic information. And other than that, you kind of just were like, alright, do you have any books around?
Well... And that's the thing, is like... Before Web 2.0, which is the internet as we know it today...
Yeah.
If you didn't know something, you just didn't know something.
Yeah, and I think in some ways there was a very large amount of humility in that.
I mean, honestly, the web is, or the societies we know it today, if you have a question, you can literally answer that question within probably 5 minutes.
Like we did in last episode.
Yeah. What's the first MMO? And we found it.
Which has its pros and cons.
Yeah. But I mean, I would argue that all information being available to people, or to anybody, equally, at any time, is probably the best thing that has ever happened to our society.
It's just a shame that it gets used in such unimpressive ways.
I mean, yes, if you went back in time to, like, you know, some of the great figures of history and you said to them, look, I have in my hand a device that can access every single piece of information known to the entirety of humankind. And all I do is dick around on it all day and watch cats do stupid shit. Yes, they would probably freaking kill you where you stood, because that's just so stupid.
Yeah.
However, we also do live in a different society. You know, society back before the internet was... Whew, I thought you were dead.
Society, you and me both.
Society back before the internet was a little bit more... You know, people who wanted to learn and went out and did learn, because you had to go find the information and it required that drive. However, today we take that for granted because we can just find out whatever. Like, you know, for example, like, there are things that I just don't know that I go, hey, I'm just gonna Google that real quick.
Yeah, and it kind of comes back to the point of everybody's a critic. And everybody's a critic because everybody has all of the same access to information.
Yeah.
And I think that kind of applies to many things. Not that I'm saying it's bad that we have access to all this stuff, but when it's all available all the time, it becomes harder for people to admit that they don't know something.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's, yeah, and it's, sometimes it is a little bit ridiculous because, like, there are times when, like, somebody will ask me a question, I'll be like, is my name Google? Like, you could literally just find that, you know, I don't know that. You could find that out by looking up on the internet.
Yeah.
But then there are other times where I'm like, you know, I kind of do wish that people would come to me for my expertise, you know? Because nowadays, anybody can be an expert on anything by just researching it enough.
Yeah. And yet that's kind of, I think, the whole crazy thing. You would think that with all this information, there would be no wrong information out there.
Oh, but there is.
There's
so
more than ever.
Much.
There's more than ever.
Yes. Because I think it's more like, you know, back before information was so readily available, people were careful to write down and transcribe correct information.
Well, and the only people that were writing things down were those that were qualified.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you had qualified officials, and if incorrect information got around, it got around, and it was there permanently.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there are pros and cons. Like, nowadays, we have the ability to, when incorrect information does get around, we can kind of nip it in the bud.
Yeah. Well, because medicine's a prime example. Improper medical practices were used for way longer than they probably needed to, because just the wrong information was used.
Hey, man, if you brush your teeth with your own urine, it'll make them whiter. Did you know that?
Is this an actual fact?
No.
All
but that's what they thought during, like, the Black Plague era of Europe.
Yeah. So, like you said, it had its pros and cons.
Yeah. So, I mean, like, and also, I would say that society is, as a whole, just as susceptible as it's ever been to false information. Because we'll read something on the internet, and a lot of people just assume it to be true.
Yeah.
A lot of people will go, oh, hey, look at that. The Loch Ness Monster, they found it. And in reality, it was just my grandfather, doing the backstroke with his willy out.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yes, it was. You didn't know that?
No.
Yeah.
Well, now I do.
Yeah, he was just swimming with his willy out.
I'm sorry. I must have missed the spot where these enemies can kill me in one hit.
How low was your health?
It looked like it was half.
Wow, he just bitch smacked you.
Yeah. I don't even know how I got there. I'm just kind of flailing around until I stumble upon something.
Yeah, seriously. Here, let me grab that back from you.
I think you know your way around this level.
I kind of do, but at the same time I kind of don't. But yeah, so I mean, I don't know. Like, at the end of the day, I do think it's pretty awesome that we do have so much information available to us. However, I mean, just, be smart with your information. Like, don't, and I'm pretty sure everybody who's ever used the internet who's even slightly self-aware knows this, but just don't believe everything that you're told.
Yeah. Well, and that's kind of the thing. Like, at this point, I guess we are preaching to the choir, because anyone who's online watching a YouTube video and really listening to what we're saying, who's engaging with the internet in some way, those aren't the people who are, I hate to use the term, misusing the internet.
I mean, yes, they are. They're watching us play Dark Souls. They are definitely misusing the internet.
No, they're making the greatest decision of their lives watching us play Dark Souls.
Yes, totally. No, and I mean, no, that definitely makes sense. But I mean, the same people that are, misusing or doing what you see as misuse of the internet are the same people.
I want to reiterate, I don't like using that word, but right now I can't think of a better one.
Well, I mean, using the internet for nefarious purposes? What would you say? Because
I don't think...
What do you mean? Like, just believing everything they see?
Yeah, using the internet as a replacement for your own critical thinking.
Okay.
I think that's the most elegant way that I can put it.
Well, the same people that would do that are the same people, what I was going to say are the same people who would read, fucking supermarket tabloid magazines and believe what they say.
Exactly. And so that's what I'm saying. Us saying this would be like a encyclopedia article. There's no such thing, but like some post in an encyclopedia about it.
Let's say a National Geographic.
Yeah, a National Geographic post about it. It's like no one reading National Geographic is the one who is doing that.
Yeah. National Geographic does not need to tell its readers, hey, be careful about what you read because it might be false. Because, people who read National Geographic,
they're already looking to further their knowledge.
Yeah, they already know they're intellectual people, those kinds of people, I guess. I don't know if we're making the correct points here, but the point is...
And I hope people understand what the sentiment we're making and not exactly the words we're using, because, it's just off the cuff what we're talking about.
Yeah, seriously. Oh my god, look at fucking Dino the fucking dinosaur over here. Oh my god.
I really wish the poison pots would stay.
Tasty and poison. Wonderful.
Do you have any moss?
Actually, we bought a shitload of moss from Galvan, remember?
Yeah.
We fucking forgot about that.
14. Oh, you might want to... You did not... You might die before that takes effect.
What the fuck?
I told you.
They hit for so much.
I told you.
What the hell?
It's bananas.
What the fuck, man?
Bananas. This area's bananas.
Don't do that ever again, please.
Well, no promises.
Yeah, seriously. Oh my god.
But yeah, Ultima Online. I don't know how we went from Ultima Online to social commentary, but
Yeah,
Ultima
seriously.
Online was the pioneer of the MMO, and 3 years later, EverQuest came out.
And revolutionized the genre. Because what was Ultima Online?
It was, so have you ever seen what Ultima looks like?
Yep.
So Ultima is a, by today's standards, you would call it a top-down, isometric.
Okay,
It's an
so it's an
isometric
isometric
RPG. They had open worlds.
Interesting.
At least the later ones did. I'm actually not sure about the
Online.
Yeah, like there's one that you get for free on GOG.
Well, hey,
Quest of the Avatar?
So, Ultima Online, if you wanted to know what it was like, guess what you could do?
What?
You could fucking look it up.
Oh,
Remember
hey!
the conversation we were just having?
No, but I know what it looks like. I was just trying to explain it in a way that would make sense for you and for the people watching. But so, top-down isometric RPG.
What was it? A fantasy RPG? Was it a science fiction RPG?
Fantasy RPG.
Okay, cool.
The original Ultima games were kind of like,
because that
parody-ish.
name sounds very science fiction-y to me.
Ultima?
Ultima.
Really?
You know? Yeah. It
I
sounds,
always imagined it very fantasy.
I don't know. It just
Like
sounds,
the epitome of a fantasy name. Ultima.
I don't know.
Oh,
It
maybe.
sounds-
You know what? Because it kind of sounds like a car. And I think a
Yeah,
car is
seriously.
called the Ultima.
I don't know.
Ultima. Sponsor us.
Yeah, fucking Hyundai. I don't know. I don't know who makes the Ultima.
I don't know
Or
either.
Nissan Ultima. Yeah.
Nissan,
Goddamn.
I don't want your endorsement.
Yeah, I don't want your endorsement either, Nissan. Ugh. But low key, if Nissan wants to sponsor me, then by all fucking means.
Yeah.
I don't drive a Nissan though. Sorry.
But I will if you pay me.
Yeah, but I will if you give me one for free. Oh, what the shit is that?
Yeah. Ew, actually, what is that?
I don't know. It's dead now.
Whoa, whoa!
Okay, I didn't know we were doing this again.
And suddenly there was like 7.
There are 2.
Well,
Do you not know how to count?
I'm exaggerating for effect.
Hello.
Okay, there's 4 there now, so...
I didn't know that I was going to be chased down by torch-wielding maniacs.
And giant ladybugs.
Those are not ladybugs. Those were like pus-covered,
Ew.
nasty boys.
Also, what's our timer at? Because I forgot to
It's
set
like
that
12
again.
minutes.
Oh.
We're fine. We've got plenty of time. We spent the first 10 minutes of this video just ranting about Ultima.
Were we?
And the internet.
Just the internet. And making sure that you use it wisely.
Yeah,
It is a
seriously.
gift.
It is a fucking miracle, honestly.
There needs to be a class in like elementary school that's just called internet etiquette.
Don't be a shithead.
Yeah. Well, when I was a kid, we had classes like where teachers would tell us about etiquette, like social interaction.
Yeah, they don't do that anymore.
No.
Because
Well, at least I don't think so.
Too,
I haven't been to elementary school in like 5
well,
years.
I mean, I don't really remember having a class like that. It might have been different where you lived because you didn't always live here in California.
That's true.
But I do remember having, like classes, or not really classes, but like, segments where it'd be like, oh, this is, obviously like blah, 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 blah. This is good behavior. This is bad behavior. Those kind of things.
Oh.
Hey, I got this. Don't worry.
Okay.
But I mean, like, it was never like a class. It was more like a...
Just something the teachers would interject in the...
Yeah, obviously.
Jesus, that poison.
I think in today's society that doesn't really work. Because everybody is so critical of what people teach their kids nowadays.
That is true.
And I mean, if you want to monitor what your kid intakes, then that's all fine and well and good. But at the same point, you do have to realize that they are going to interact with other humans at some point, and they are going to have to decide for themselves what is good, what is bad, and they will have to become their own people. Why does this guy hurt so much? Oh, he has like an enchantment on his fucking weapon.
Oh. That might have been why they did so much damage.
Yeah, like, that was ridiculous. So I don't know. I mean, I obviously don't have kids, so I don't know. But at the same time, like, I am in an environment, or I have seen so many kids, let's just say, like, in society today. Like, for example, me and my best buddy used to play a lot of GTA Online, right?
Mm-hmm.
The amount of the times that I've heard, like, some 12-year-old or 13-year-old fucking kid, maybe
with
even
the most
8 years old.
racist slurs.
Well, no, racial slurs, freaking curse words that that I didn't know at their age, you know, like, I mean, and it's just a matter of, like, you shouldn't even be playing this game. Your parents should not let you play this game. You know, a game where you can commit as much violence as Grand Theft Auto, and, you know, I mean, Grand Theft Auto is a game where you can fucking go to a strip club and get a lap dance from a stripper, and there is, like, nudity.
Yeah.
You
On
know,
top
I mean,
of also murdering countless people.
Yeah, I mean, but the murder is, like, you know, I don't know. Like, society seems to view murder as not as bad as
I guess because in a
sex.
lot of video games, murder tends to be kind of cartoonish.
Yeah, cartoon violence. Wicked Eye, Great Shield.
Ooh.
Delicious.
But yeah, that's, I mean, I guess that kind of,
It's just, you know, it's a matter of, like, you know, I don't know how to be a parent, but at the same time, I know what not to do. You know?
yeah.
You know, it's one
But I
of
guess
those
until you're
things.
actually faced with those kinds of situations.
I'll just do what my parents did.
Ooh, 5 across the ass. That might not be right to say.
I don't care. I mean, honestly, like, I was let's get on that. Let's get on the topic of corporal punishment now.
Oh, let's not.
Were you spanked?
I was. Yeah.
I was spanked.
Yeah.
I was spanked with an object, though. So I was spanked with a wooden spoon. So I had object association. It was never my parents who were, you know, actually, like, it was never their hands I was afraid of. I was afraid of the spoon. I didn't like the spoon. So I was spanked with a wooden spoon once, and it was, every time after that was, do you want me to go get the spoon? And I would instantly shape up, for the most part. Obviously, I was not perfect. I still am not perfect, so...
But you are at least a functional adult in society.
Yeah, I mean, fairly. I mean, I'm making videos on YouTube, so I mean, don't know how functional I am there, but... I mean, you know, it's one of those things like...
Oh, come on. On that tiny little platform, they have an exploding enemy? And Potato's broken. Do you need me to take over, buddy? Have your coffee. You're just gonna have to tell me where to go and what to do and who to kill and...
What the fuck?
This game is bullshit.
That legitimately hurt me.
Oh, man.
I was just like, you know what? I don't even care what we were talking about. I'm done.
Are we done with the spanking conversation? I think so.
I think so. Discipline your kids how you see fit, people.
And be good to each other.
Yeah, just don't be shitheads. I mean, honestly, just don't be. Literally, you can live your life the same way you can think like, oh, I'm gonna be this way. Like, I'm gonna be this way on the internet. Don't be a dick. Just be nice.
Live by the words of Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. Just be cool to each other.
Yeah, just be cool to each other.
Is that so hard?
Be excellent.
Yeah, be excellent to each other. I think that's actually the quote.
I think it's be excellent, yeah.
Oh, man.
Just be excellent. No, I mean honestly, it's one of those things, like, I'm not perfect. Nobody's perfect, and we might be getting into too deep of talk here, but, you know, at the end of the day, you gotta try and be good.
Yeah.
You gotta at least try. You gotta put forth an effort to be a good person, because there's always gonna be bad people out there. But,
yeah, and if some days you realize that you weren't being a good person, it's fine.
Then
just... No! No! Just be better the next day. No! I can't believe you would say something like that. I'm on the FBI watch list now.
There's some guy sitting at the NSA going, you know what, Potato Whiskers? That is the solution.
No.
Thank you so much for telling me that. And then he doesn't show up to work tomorrow.
Stop it. This is so sad now. It's not a joking matter.
This got dark.
Yeah. Thanks. We were having a good time.
Talking about being good.
Being excellent to each other. What happened? What happened, Potato Whiskers?
Where did we go wrong?
Where did you go wrong? I didn't contribute.
No, you're in this with me.
Absolutely not.
You are associated with me.
What the?
No, is this gonna be the one episode that you take all references to Potato Whiskers out? That you actually do bleep everything I say?
Maybe. I might bleep that out.
I hope you don't.
No, I might have to. I can't, in good conscience, let something like that be said on the channel.
You've let worse be said.
Yeah, but I don't know. It's just words.
It's just words.
No,
it's just words that I said.
No, but they're mean words.
Just words. Sticks and stones may break my bones.
Yeah, but words are really hurtful.
Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words may never hurt me.
Yeah, whatever happened to that phrase? Because it does seem to be like we're in a society now where words really do hurt more.
I mean, honestly, yes, words can be cutting, but at the end of the day, I am not actually physically harmed by what someone says. And if they are not relevant to my life, I don't give a shit. Yes, if my father comes to me and goes, son, you are a complete and utter failure and you will never make me proud of you. Yes, that is going to hurt me in ways that I can never imagine. However, if some random fucko on the street just goes, huh, you're ugly, I'm gonna be like, ha, so are you. Like sticks and stones, buddy.
Well, you know what? The way my parents always brought me up, which is a way that I'm really happy. Now, this was never anything they said, but it's kind of the lessons I've learned through them.
Uh-huh.
I am the only one that can decide if words will hurt me.
Yeah, I mean, seriously.
Words are just words unless I give them meaning. And if someone says something horrible to me, I don't know. I could be offended for a little bit, but at the end of the day, I decide if that's going to bother me or
not. And not only that, but it also, you know, words in general have definitions, but it's the connotation that give them meaning. I mean, like, because I'm comfortable with you, and because we're friends, I can sit here and call you a fat sack of crap. And it's not like, you know, it's not like after we stop recording you're like, look, man, I don't want to hang out with you anymore. It's because, you know,
I mean, I don't know, you're gonna have to wait for the end of this recording session to figure that one out.
Yeah, shut the fuck up.
Freaking statues! Oh my god! Why? Why are they just lined up like the friggin' American Idol judges just shooting spit at me?
Just spitting poison, crushing your dreams.
God.
Do we have some issues we need to talk about, Manabuilt?
Yes.
Do you have some issues with the American Idol judges?
I need to use this.
Guy's gonna sneak up behind you.
No!
And you're dead.
Come on. I can't. These last two episodes being so deep.
And dark.